The use of any type of tobacco products is prohibited anywhere on this campus. In addition, we would like to draw your attention to the exit signs located above all exit doors in case of fire. Out of courtesy to others attending this event, we would like to remind our audience that entering and exiting the theater should be kept at a minimum. We ask that all cell phones be silenced or turned off. If your child becomes restless, we ask that you accompany them outside the auditorium. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Susan Buchanan, principal of Helen Tyson Middle School. I'd like to welcome all of you tonight to a combined performance of our band and our choir. And I think this is like the first time we've done that, so I want you to enjoy yourselves. One of the things I want you to remember is if you can think about those first few weeks or month of school when you may have heard these strange noises coming from your child's room where they're practicing, and there were squeaks and there were all kinds of sounds, and this is like the miracle on 40th Street, because it truly is. You are in for a real treat, and I would never miss this for anything, whether it's rain, snow, sleet, or foot surgery, okay? So I want you to enjoy yourselves, and I'm very proud of the work of our students and our band directors, and they've done an awesome job, and this is just an intro into this wonderful holiday season. So thank you again for coming, and thank you for supporting your children in this fine arts program.
And just to reiterate what Ms. Buchanan said, I want to thank you for attending our concert tonight. Truly, the musicians that you see on the stage, about 98%, just with the exception of a couple of students, they've only been playing for about 11 weeks. I counted it up today, and I think it was actually about 60 school days. And so to hear the sounds that we hear from them, compared to the sounds at first, it's quite different, and we were all very impressed today when we were over here practicing. We are going to present our concert with the first piece of music called Boom Boom Stomp. I would absolutely never take all of the credit for this, but they are pretty good, and I get to be the one to direct them, so it really is fun for me. I do have some wonderful helpers. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. I have some wonderful helpers who visit our school throughout the days. They are band directors in the Springdale School District but they all have additional responsibilities, kind of where I am the full-time director at Helen Tyson Middle School. I'm joined in the afternoon by Mr. Morris, who is our percussion guru of this side of Springdale. He works with the Hellstern, the Helen Tyson, the Central, the Southwest, and the magnificent high school, HAR-BER High School percussion section. I'm also joined every day by Mr. Church, who is our new addition to the district this year. He came from, I believe, 29 years, one job his whole life, came here from Willard, Missouri, where he had outstanding bands, and he has done an incredible job of connecting with our students and teaching them every single day, and it's been a real joy for me to get to work with him. Mr. Church, if you'd step out and wave your hand. And for those of you who know Mr. Alonzo, he works at, and by the way, Mr. Church is the head director at Southwest Junior High, and he is joined every day over here by Mr. Alonzo, who is our assistant director at Southwest Junior High. And he teaches our flutes and our afternoon clarinet class. And Mr. Alonzo, I just can't express how lucky I am to get to work with such a great group. It feels like we all get along really well, and everyone's here to serve the kids, and I think that shows in the students' musicianship and what they're learning every day. We'd like to move next to just some individual class selections, just so we can feature your child's particular class. If you don't know, all of our classes at Helen Tyson and Band meet separately. In other words, the flutes have a class, the clarinets have a class, the trumpets have a class. And so what we're going to do is just kind of toss it from class to class, let their instructor come up. They may want to speak to you briefly about the class, or they may just jump right in and have their students play their selection.
Hi, I'm Amar Alonzo. I'm the band director at Southwest Junior High, and I teach the flute class and the beginner clarinet class, or one of them. This evening, we would like to play Do You Want to Build a Snowman? They really wanted to play this, and they kept bugging me about it, so we did it.
I will jump right in with our clarinet class. I teach the second period clarinet class, which is first thing in the morning, right after the students leave advisory, and then Mr. Alonzo comes and teaches the ninth period clarinet class, but we have combined them for the sake of the concert, and we're going to play Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Our next class up is our alto saxophone class, and this year it was a little bit scary. We had 14 sign up for the class, 2 moved, and then we got 2 new ones. And that's just a little bit scary when you think about that many saxophones in one band, but I'm very impressed with the commitment the students have made. We're going to perform Deck the Halls for you. And the trumpets are seated about from here all the way around the band. And I meet them 6th and 7th period, so this is a combination of 2 trumpet classes that meet about midday every day. And they have prepared up on the housetop. The next class that we are going to show off a little bit is our wonderful French horn. These are 11, I always have to say now, ladies and Hector, we have 10 girls and 1 guy in the class. And so it's always quite interesting because I'm always saying, and ladies and Hector, but this is a wonderful young group. I think that they enjoy coming into band every day as much as I enjoy seeing them come into band every day. And we are going to be playing the theme from Symphony No. 9, and this is Ode to Joy.
Before the trombones play, kind of being the outsider coming in here, when you're in one place for 32 years, you don't know exactly how you're going to be welcomed. And I do have to publicly say that with Mr. Darrow, Mr. Alonzo, Mr. Morris, and Mr. Ford, who's the band director at HAR-BER, have welcomed me with open arms. Every administrator, every teacher. Springdale has an incredible school district, and to have that kind of welcome from some old guy from 145 miles north of here is pretty amazing. And just to rub it in just a little bit, my wife is still up in Willard. Well, today during rehearsal, I went up to the top and took a picture, and I sent it to her and said, "Hey, hon, this is why I'm down here." And I just got a response back that said, "Wow." So I think you're kind of wowed tonight anyway. Anyway, the trombone section, they're kind of the slidey, slippery group. If you know anything about a trombone, every other instrument up here other than percussion, they're pushing buttons and keys down. Well, trombone players learn kind of where to place a slide. And even though Frere Jacques is not a Christmas song, I'd like to tell you it's maybe a French Christmas carol, but it's not. But we kind of liked it. And they're going to play it together first. They're going to do it in a round, and it's really kind of a cool sound coming from them. So here we go with the trombone section and Frere Jacques.
Okay, they're making me feel bad because we didn't practice the whole stand up and bow, and I let the clarinets do it, but I didn't let the saxophones or the French horns or the trumpets. So with the saxophones, the French horns, and the trumpets, stand up and give a bow for your performance as well. Okay, our last wind group to finish out this portion of the concert, and then you'll get to hear the percussion section, is our baritone and tuba class. This is a class that Mr. Church and I team teach. Some days we put them together for whatever reason, but most days we are apart working on the different skills that are required to play their particular instrument. However, tonight we have decided to combine them on a wonderful short excerpt from Dvorak's World Symphony, a New World Symphony, and we will present that now.
Good evening. My name is CJ Morris, and I do teach the beginning percussion class at Helen Tyson. I just want to brag on these percussionists real quick. This is my third year to be in Springdale, and I think they may be the most mature class I've had, and they may be the most advanced I've had, at least in December. So I've really enjoyed working with them, and I'm excited to see what they can do through the spring semester. They're going to play for you tonight an arrangement of We Wish You a Merry Christmas that I put together a couple of years ago. What you'll hear first is the drum instruments, so bass drum, snare drum. They're going to open up, and then you'll hear the melody played and the harmony played on the keyboard instruments, and then they'll play together. It's very short, but it's very sweet. I hope you enjoy. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
I think we can all agree that we have some pretty outstanding students at Helen Tyson. I do have a special presentation tonight. Many of you are aware that we have something called pass-offs. If you're a choir parent tonight, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But in our band classes, it's a very, very big deal as the students progress their way through what we call the Red Book. And at some point during the year, we expect that all students are going to arrive at the end of their pass-offs, which means that we feel like they have progressed enough that they are ready for the next step of junior high band. Rarely is it that we have so many students pass it off this early on in the year, being December 2nd. Even more rare is the fact that of all the instruments that have passed them off, it is between two classes, and it's my two trumpet classes. We have 7 students that I would like to have them stand up because this is a really big deal for them to have passed off their Red Book by this point. So if I could have in our trumpet section behind me, Taimi Nasile, Manuel Perez, Braden Sanford, Hayden Bursey, Hunter Bond, Sean McKim, Miguel Serratos, and I hope I'm not missing any of them. If we could give them a round of applause for their great work. In the spring, you're going to see pretty much this whole band up. We have a lot of students who are so close to it, and with the holiday break, they were sending me pass-offs online and through text message, or not text message, but email, and we were trying to get a lot of them through. I would say by Friday of this week, many of the students sitting on the stage will have had an opportunity to pass off that book, so many of them are close. Before we wrap up our portion of the concert, I would like to just say a quick thank you to Jeremy Ford, Mr. Irwin, and the students and helpers at HAR-BER High School for helping prepare the facilities. This is kind of a big undertaking with a large band and a large choir performing on the same night, so it took a lot of logistical planning, and I really want to thank them for the work that they've done. I would also like to thank our administrators at Helen Tyson. That would be Susan Buchanan, Stephanie McConnell, and Patrick Scott. Those folks are always willing to work with us for the betterment of our programs, and they know the value in music education. They understand that many of the students sitting on this stage right now are learning skills that are going to be able to take them to college and pay for college. And so music is very important in Springdale schools. And I think you will see that by what our Board of Education plans for our school district, what our teachers and what our administrators do in the name of music education, and I really appreciate that. I'm not sure if Dr. Rollins or any of our school board members are here tonight, but I would definitely like to thank you again for all of the support that you give us, the encouragement that you give us to keep reaching for the stars when it comes for arts, the academics, all of the technology things. We do live in a wonderful city. We have an opportunity to do some great things. I've taught in 5 different states. And Springdale, I can tell you, is like nowhere else. It is really amazing, the opportunities, and I think we're all lucky to get to live here, to learn here, and to work here. I do want to make a quick announcement. If you are interested in preserving this wonderful event tonight, they are selling DVDs. The HAR-BER video department is selling DVDs. We're recording that tonight, and they would love to take that order from you, and their turnaround time is great, so you could get it just in time to share it with your family and friends for the holidays. Right after our final number, we are going to do a quick stage change. Now, we haven't practiced the stage change, but we're all pretty experienced with it, so we will be changing all of this and putting up choir risers. So if you will just stick with us and kind of maybe stand up, stretch your legs, and then we will get underway with the choir portion. Tonight, I'd like to close out our band portion with The Good King Rocks. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.